Okay, secret squirrels, what are you all doing out there in squirrel world? We're coming to you and representing the Corsi Nation volunteer groups, and we're going to have some fun. Always we have try to have fun, because that's the important thing. And if we incidentally tell the truth about things that you don't hear in the mainstream media, well, that's purely accidental, I assure you. So, welcome aboard to the show tonight. Episode, I think it's 25. What do you think, everybody? How's everybody doing today?
We're awake.
I'm doing just fine, huh?
I'm going to be glad when these Kavanaugh hearings are over with.
Yeah?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of getting tired of the lies and the politicizing of things that shouldn't be politicized.
Right. And that Kavanaugh, I mean, I feel sorry for that guy. His family. That's pretty rough.
I do too. I think that it's just a deplorable situation all the way around.
Why is that word every time you use it? It makes me think of Hillary.
I know, right?
I think she owns that word from now on.
I'm usually a pretty upbeat guy, and I don't know if it's all the negative energy from this,
right?
From the Kavanaugh stuff, but yeah, it's almost like I just want to shut the TV off and turn some good music on and get the heck away from it for a while.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you on that one.
Hey, we got good music going on in the background, just so you know. It's the theme music for our show. That's good music, right?
Yes.
Tell me what I want to hear. Come on.
It is. It's wonderful. I love it.
It's wonderful.
Can we get an album?
The Squirrels do Broadway.
Can we download the MP3?
That would be so fun to do our own, have our own squirrel band. Who wants to join the squirrel band?
Yeah, good luck with that. I don't play very many instruments.
Well, I think that's part. That would be
triangle.
That would be part of the appeal, you know.
I think I've got a Mac. What is that thing called? It's a Macarena or something like that my kids got when they were in school.
Macarena.
No, that's an ocarina.
Ocarina, thing.
Hey, I play ocarina pretty well, actually. I took some time to actually figure out the scales and
macaroni.
stuff.
Did you really?
Yeah.
My kids, they learned how to play that in school when they were in Japan.
Well, they sound really good. They're like a recorder they used to get in grade school, but they actually have a really good sound quality to them.
Yeah.
It looks like Colleen Allen plays some kind of musical instrument. What is it, Colleen?
Yeah, the squirrels want to know.
We want to know.
It's like inquiring minds want to know. We are the squirrels. Yeah.
We're some kind of minds.
I was forced into piano lessons when I was a kid, but my ADD never allowed. Oh well. So I never got good at it. Sorry.
Well, I got to go to this one. I have something from my Twitter feed that I thought was possibly interesting. If you guys are ready to do starting to look into that stuff.
Sure, 1 second, but Colleen plays the flute, and she'd rather sing. So I'm impressed because I can't play anything, not even video games. But
is that like the
right.
the deep guttural Metallica? I mean, not Metallica, but those death metal bands. You get the that kind of that's kind of our sound with the squirrels.
Okay.
Or chirp, 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 chirp. It says stuff that whatever, what would be the branding of the squirrel music? I don't know.
It'd be a lot like the Chipmunks.
Yeah. Well, then we did run into copyright violations, I suppose. Well, what else?
Well, we wouldn't be the chipmunks, though. We would be the squirrels.
That's right.
So.
Yeah,
all we
man.
have to do is change it so much, and then we're out of trouble with copyright restrictions.
Well, yeah, even
go.
as it is, the show name that we're using was
Christmas.
we were we're named after a show that existed and came out. I think it was 1965. That there was a Secret Squirrels show, or I don't know if that's a singular Secret Squirrel. I haven't actually even gone to the trouble of checking out our namesake. Just going with the title, whatever. So yeah, this tweet that I wanted to look through here quick, see what you guys think of this. So this is a tweet by Senator Bob Corker. I plan to vote to confirm Judge Brett Kavanaugh. My full statement. And so,
Really?
Isn't he one of the ones that was on the edge, on the fence?
Well, Corker is a lot like Flake, correct? He's
He's
a rhino.
Yeah.
I always thought, at least.
Flake's a flake, so I'm not holding my breath for him. So, but yeah,
Motley
go ahead
Squirrels.
and read it.
sorry.
Good clinging Palin. That's good. We're
Motley
gonna go with that
Squirrels.
one.
I like that. All right, go ahead, Brain. Sorry.
yeah, well, hey, don't let me interrupt the fun with news because I'd rather have fun. But
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think of some songs we could sing as Motley Squirrels.
okay, so what does it say? Washington, U.S. Senator Bob Corker, Republican Tennessee, today announced his support for Supreme Court nominee Judge Brett Kavanaugh. I believe those who come forward with allegations of sexual assault deserve to be heard. That is why I was one of the first members of the Senate to call on the Judiciary Committee to delay the original vote on the nomination so that both Dr. Ford and Judge Kavanaugh could provide additional information. I know it took courage for Dr. Ford to appear before the committee today. I also very strongly believe that Judge Kavanaugh, like all Americans, deserves the presumption of innocence, and that it was equally as important for him to have the opportunity to address the charges and defend himself. While both individuals provided compelling testimony, nothing that has been presented corroborates the allegation. There is no question that Judge Kavanaugh is qualified to serve on the Supreme Court, and in a different political environment, he would be confirmed overwhelmingly. I believe Judge Kavanaugh has conducted himself as well as anyone could expect throughout this process, and I plan to vote to confirm him. There you go. Bum, 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 bum.
I hope that he holds up to that, and I'm sure if he said it, he's gonna. And I hope a few more. And Colleen asked about Collins, and
I'm looking that up now. I'm looking that up now. It's they're saying still she hasn't got, if she's not making a. Oh wait!
I suppose she won't.
Website. Hold on. Shut the mouth. They just. Hold on, boys. And Motley Crue, there's a lot of good songs like "Shout at the Devil" that we could steal. Just saying for Motley Squirrels. Sorry.
Can you guys imagine like the squirrel, instead of it being like the private eye logo there, we could use like some kind of all punked out leather with the spikes and stuff like that. Can you visualize it? Wow.
Oh, I want a spike collar.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That makes your tail all bushy, doesn't it?
I won't say nothing.
Hey.
I'm gonna behave.
Okay.
Senator Collins' site is taking forever to load, so if you guys want to go on to something else until it loads.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Sorry, nobody's supposed to be home, so I don't know what's going on. Sorry.
Somebody's very excited, sounds to me like.
It's the big brown dog.
So I'm just looking through some news headlines. Any of these look interesting? No. Bill Clinton accused her to make Capitol Hill appearance in support of Kavanaugh. That sounds.
Oh, I think she did. Was that? Oh gosh, Juanita Broderick.
Yes.
She was very upset about that, and I don't blame her. Let's see.
Something about the tax cuts. New York Times. New York Times hid multiple key facts in Kavanaugh yearbook kit. Senate probe new allegation of misconduct against Kavanaugh. That's NBC.
All right. Yeah. Susan Collins has said nothing yet on Kavanaugh. The only thing that's left is that's on her page right now is a press release from Monday.
Yeah, I didn't expect nothing out of her because
it's from July.
She's not going to want.
No,
she's not going to want the left on her butt until, you know, she's going to.
And they will.
She's going to vote. Yeah, she's going to vote, and it's just going to be too late. But she's not going to give that up beforehand, one way or the other.
Yeah.
So there's another one of these stories about conspiracy theory people. It's how conspiracy theories spread from the internet's dark corners. I guess that would be us. We're the dark corners people. You know, it's Washington Post, so reliable news. QAnon's researchers have figured out how to shape national conversations, as if it's them. Turning Point USA, Fox contributor, blah, 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 blah. I don't even... Good pictures. People holding signs up, we are Q.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Q has been busy tonight.
Q's been busy today, yeah. Well, not terribly busy, but you put a couple up.
But enough.
Put a couple up. Let's turn to that real quick. Okay. Okay, so the first one is a screen grab of a Donald Trump tweet. Judge Kavanaugh showed America exactly why I nominated him. His testimony was powerful, honest, and riveting. Democrats' search and destroy strategy is disgraceful, and this process has been a total sham, an effort to delay, obstruct, and resist. The Senate must vote. And then there's a picture of a car, it's on a car on a highway, and a big capital letter, all caps, Feinstein. So that means that they must be monitoring Feinstein. I mean, they got...
Oh, hey, that's interesting. Do you think that's because of her Chinese driver?
Well,
or do you think it's there's more going on there than meets the eye?
Well, the way these guys work, the cabal, the real power players are not the ones in the spotlight. So I would actually guess that the driver was her handler, and the driver is more than just a mere spy. But that's my guess. So,
well, I found it interesting in the last election that she ran in. Because it was the same time that Harry Reid, the last time Harry Reid ran. The power went out both in her district and Harry Reid's district. Both of them were behind before the power went out. And I watched it when the power came back on. Both of them were ahead by just a few points. And then all of a sudden they surged all the way to and won it easily. You know.
That's quite the conspiracy there.
Well, it would be a conspiracy, except I watched it live. I thought it was interesting that the power went out both in Las Vegas and I don't know where Feinstein is, but so both of them.
I changed the title of our show. This episode is called Punk Rock Squirrels. So it's all about picturing the squirrels and their, with the spiky, there's like a leather jacket with the spikes on the shoulders. You know what I'm talking about?
And the high heels.
Well, I suppose for the girl squirrels.
No, there were a lot of guys that did that. I do believe Motley Crue did that.
I'm not comfortable wearing heels. I'm sorry.
Oh, that would be something I would pay to see.
No. Okay. So next Q stuff. Yeah. So after that there's three more. It says welcome aboard Judge K. Obviously Kavanaugh, and that sounds to me like everything left after this is mere theater. Judge Kavanaugh is in so far. So I think it's just we should just accept it with confidence that Kavanaugh is going to get this nomination. It's okay. We got to move on.
Right.
And then Q has a quote of someone else's post that says, "That should be Justice K," and you are correct. So we're go ahead and call Judge Kavanaugh. We're calling him
a double confirmation then from Q.
Yeah, it's just saying that we should be calling him Justice Kavanaugh now, not just Judge, because that's all, you know. And the other Twitter thing, that was the thing that just another seek and destroy day at the office for Democrats. Cap USA won. So it's a bunch of pictures of, I don't know, just a bunch of conspirators, maybe? Pictures of conspirators?
You know what? There were some really interesting. Yeah, see that note that was being passed? There was notes being passed. There was a lot of interesting things going on, and some people need to be investigated. Or money? That's a good question.
Well, because it was an envelope.
Yeah.
We don't know what was in it. Was it a birthday card or was it a wad full of cash?
Yeah.
Welcome to the jungle. I'm going to just do that cover song. Squirrels are going to do that cover. Welcome to the jungle. You guys want to do that as a cover song?
I can't sing. I'll just scare people off.
Well, we got somebody in chat there that's going to do our covers, our singing.
Okay.
So that's all that Q did today. I mean, it's definitely focusing on the Kavanaugh hearing, and it's all good news. And it appears that the bad guys that are involved in smearing Kavanaugh are being watched. So
yeah,
that's kind of cool.
I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday. There was, if I can find it, I'll give you a link. It was hilarious because someone was saying that Avenatti was being trolled by 4chan, and they catfished him and made him think that he had another client to go up against Kavanaugh. And Paul Joseph Watson was saying he would pay to see that confirmed. So a lot of people on the left, it looks like, were being trolled for their illicit deeds. So just a funny thought. Go ahead. Ignore me.
What in the world was that?
Extraterrestrials.
Oh, Patriots here.
Hey, guys.
Hey, welcome. Nice to have you here.
You guys all sound like you're in the doldrums.
I am not feeling so great today.
We were waiting for you, man.
Thanks, man. I feel angry myself.
Why is that?
Coming home to the news and watching the people on Facebook just out of their minds, and I'm thinking, you better pray that your son never gets accused by somebody without any evidence and then has the whole country turn against him.
Right.
I've got kind of pseudo-celebrity friends that are just so completely out of touch, and they're just running with their emotional, just angry emotion that's flying out there, and it's ugly to watch.
Really? How bad is it?
Well, are we talking people on Facebook that just are, it's 40 people that are posting in response to this, an agreement that this girl is a victim, et cetera, and it's a tough gig. It's a tough gig because, again, like we've talked about before, if you knew Alinsky tactics and you see how obvious it is that they delayed on this until the very last minute, and then her background, wasn't it Bandit saying that her dad had some kind of was working at CIA or some affiliate?
Yeah.
It just stinks to high heaven.
It does, absolutely. And
people of America are being manipulated, and I can't stand it.
Dick Durbin today tried to back him into a corner and give him an out. You want the FBI to investigate this and clear you, don't you? Then just tell them that to hold off on the hearing or hold off on the nomination and we'll have the FBI investigate it and clear you.
How stupid does he think they are?
Well, here's the thing.
The FBI's already investigated him 6 times.
That's what Kavanaugh said. You know the FBI won't reach an ending. They'll just make notes and tell you what they think or whatever. Anyway, but here's the thing. If he said, all right, yeah, I want to do that, then it delays his appointment.
Right.
And if he says no to it, then he looks guilty. So the Dems win, quotation marks, either way. But Grassley came out and shut him down. Said, nope, that's not going to happen. Don't even go there. And then after him, after Durbin, Lindsey Graham came on and just chewed ass. I mean, he gave me chills. Honestly, you'll have to watch it if you haven't.
With all those paid people protesting behind him.
No, not inside. Not that I saw.
I saw him walking down a hallway with all these protesters. You could just tell that they were sheep that were herded for cash.
Really?
Running behind him and trying to disrupt and trying to just... It is so disgusting to see Alinsky Playbook 101. You know, I mean, it's gross, and people can't see that these people are being paid to go and disrupt.
And they can't see that they're being manipulated and used by these people.
It's despicable.
It is. I will say, though, I really have a lot of admiration and respect for Kavanaugh for putting up with this, because that's a lot of courage to ask anyone to go through. And
the easy way out would have been to quit.
Right,
just say, nope,
right,
I'm
and
done.
he didn't do it. He didn't do it, and his family. I have the utmost respect for them. And
it's like a military family where the mom or the wife is right there with him and has to put up with everything as well. She deserves a lot of credit herself.
Oh, she does. She does. And those poor kids, they didn't need to go through that.
The ends justify the means.
Well, that's what the left likes to think, but
that's gross. Where's my boy Brain, by the way?
I'm just here listening to you guys.
Oh, I hadn't heard you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't hear Zippo?
No. Sorry, you guys.
Hey, Patriot, we're going to be the Punk Rock Squirrels. We're going to put out an album. So, what kind of instrument do you play?
I do the Elvis Squirrel.
Oh, okay.
My goodness.
You do it with the hips and the leg thing. They're like,
yeah, baby, I got to do it.
Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to be scarred. I'm going to have to call my shrink.
Are you squirrely tonight? You're thinking for the winter time now.
Excellent. Outstanding.
Oh my God.
What would we do without you, Patriot?
A honka burning nuts. Okay.
Oh, snap.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Elvis isn't exactly punk. That's just.
Yeah, Colleen Allen said he said punk, not Elvis.
So what we're going to have to do is punkify Elvis. Can Elvis be punkified?
Well, you guys heard Red Zeppelin?
Sure, I have, but it's been a long time. What movie? They were on a movie. Their soundtrack was on a movie. Oh my goodness, Goofy movie. Oh my goodness, can't do it. I can't think of it.
Led Zeppelin's got an Elvis impersonator singing Led Zeppelin songs.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Well, did you hear that?
On a movie.
Like Johnny Cash had like a whole bunch of songs that he did before he died. That was like.
Oh, you haven't heard them? Absolutely. Depeche Mode, Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
We'll see.
He did great.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains was awesome.
Oh my goodness.
So maybe we could do an Elvis version of punk the way that Johnny Cash did all that like modern stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Can we use our real squirrel voices?
Real squirrel voices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you mean unmodulated?
Yes. Christmas, Christmas, memory. Okay, sorry.
Colleen Allen said blue suede shoes. Can you punkify that one?
Oh, blue suede shoes.
Hang on. I'm having a peanut butter and now sandwich.
Hey, man.
See, I'm trying to think of a punk song that Elvis could sing, and I can't think of any punk songs right now besides.
You can do anything, but don't lay out my blue suede.
Okay. My speakers just cracked, I think.
Don't you touch them! Don't you touch them!
That sounds more like acid rock.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I hurt now. Thank you, Patriot. That was great.
I got another tweet to share for you guys. This is the Econ Chick, Intel Chick, Micaiah's Fiona. I don't know. She's one of the people I follow on Twitter. Who do you follow on Twitter? Says a lot about you,
Are you a creeper? You're following somebody.
One of the most beautiful moments in politics. Watch Lindsey Graham deliver the crippling blow to Democrats in video below. Doesn't get any more powerful than this. So, well, I was trying to confirm your little message there.
It's neat. It literally gave me chills on my spine. He really stepped up.
Killing the commies. That's right. Killing the commies. Right.
That's right.
Right. Because that's what punk rock squirrels do, apparently.
Lindsey Graham in this picture on CNN for that little blurb, he looks like a punk rock squirrel.
Yeah, he does. But he always looks like he just got done smoking some dope. I mean, his eyes always look kind of bloodshot and a little buggy, and he looks like, not that I would know what that was like. I'm just saying I've seen people. Anyway, I overstepped my boundaries again, didn't I?
Yeah.
Get back in your.
I don't know if you can do that here.
Get back in your cage, little squirrel.
Mm-hmm. Where's my wheel?
So here's a tweet by Red Nation Rising. It's a meme. Can you believe it? Red Nation Rising doing a meme. Indelible to my hippocampus is the failed attempts by Democrats to defame Kavanaugh today. They're as corrupt as the FBI they continually referenced. Keep pounding, Red Nation Rising. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good meme for like an official sort of. I don't know exactly how big Red Nation Rising is, but that's a pretty good meme.
That's a pretty good one. I like it. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Just follow them if I'm not already.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I'm still perusing my tweet stream, my Twitter feed, seeing if there's anything other to see. Tom Cotton. I wonder if that's in your Senator Tom Cotton. John Kavanaugh gave it.
You want to make fun of the Prime Minister of Canada for a little bit?
What's that?
Oh, yes.
Why? What did he do?
Yeah.
Another eyebrow?
Here's another senator backing up Kavanaugh, Tom Cotton.
Oh, really?
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
I'll just put this one quietly in broadcasting.
Okay.
Basically, the Canadian Prime Minister was ridiculed after telling a woman to say "people kind."
When was this?
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I don't know. Well, I thought so too, but it just showed up on my Twitter feed. So yeah, he's still being. His mother dropped him on his head.
Trudeau, his dad was probably pretty heavy into the deep state stuff. If you notice, Anderson Cooper's brother died, and so did Justin Trudeau's. And I'm wondering, not to say that everybody who's had siblings die, are part of the deep state, but I would not be surprised that these guys are making some sacrifices to the devil to ensure future prosperity of their other kid or something like that.
Jeez.
I feel sorry for the Canadians having Trudeau as their minister or whatever.
I know.
It would be hard to be known as a country already that was full of a bunch of sissies, and then and then to have him as the as their representative, you know. And I was being nice when I said sissies.
I have a lot of Canadian friends that really just, they live here and they love America, but boy, they talk some smack about America, and I'm just always wondering why they're here and not home.
Why are you here? Go back to Canada then.
Go back where it's perfect.
Go back to your maple syrup. We won't stop you.
That upsets me. Anybody. I don't care if they're from Mexico, from Canada, from China, from Russia, whatever. Right. From Islam or any kind of, Muslim country. You know what? You came here because it's the better country, and now you're cutting it down? Really?
Well, you came here for a reason. If you don't like it, there's the door. Don't let it hit you where the good Lord split you.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, man.
Okay, sorry. Well, Jax is getting violent now all of a sudden. No, seriously, though, if it's not what you thought it was going to be, then move along. There's other countries. Go on.
Yeah,
Go on,
there's Zimbabwe. Along. Zimbabwe is nice this time of year.
So we got this is Sebastian Gorka. What America learned today. Brave men still exist. Democrats are prepared to destroy a good man and his family for political power. Ford could not corroborate her accusation. And Lindsey Graham is the only Republican prepared to say what had to be said.
There's Lindsey again. Grassley did not back down either, though. They're not giving Grassley the credit. Although Grassley probably needs to step up a little bit higher. I'm still waiting.
He's playing the long game. He's not, he's not a frontline soldier.
True, and he is also. I have this feeling, just even because if I was in there, I would have stood up and said, "No, she's not coming in. This is all bull. We're going to go ahead and vote." That's how I would have done it. However, these guys are being a little more diplomatic, a little more tactful, and they realize the American people are going to want. There's going to be more. It's like that honey trap we were talking about. There's going to be more people that appreciate the whole setup, the whole system, how it was done, and they'll still like Kavanaugh. They'll still like the GOP better than the Dems and how they're acting. And I think the GOP did what they were supposed to do and handled it well.
There's people that are critiquing them and saying, why didn't they ask the questions themselves? The white, what do they call them? White political cowards. White male political cowards.
Why do they hate white males so much? I mean, aren't a lot of them white males themselves?
One of the people I was talking about was an Aryan-looking woman that was saying that today, too.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
Not to put an Aryan as an ideal, because that word gets racist in a lot of ways, but I'm just talking about blonde hair, blue-eyed.
Right.
Scandinavian.
We are the chosen ones. Sorry, just kidding.
I was drinking some soda. I thought we are the world.
We are the squirrels.
Okay, I want to know who thought it was hilarious when, I don't remember which senator it was, when they started questioning Ford, and they said, so you've traveled to Tahiti? Yes. And you've traveled here and here? Yes. And yet you had a hard time traveling to Washington, D.C.
Oh, my goodness.
It's like, wow. It's a nap.
Wow.
So, joke of the day. A college professor stood on his chair and said, if God really exists, then knock me off this chair. Nothing happened. The class was quiet. He said, see, now I'll give it a couple more minutes. A Army vet stood up, walked over to him, punched him in the face.
Marine Corps.
Well, okay. Marine Corps vet.
Sorry.
Stood up, walked over to him, punched him in the face, knocking him off the chair, then sat back down. As the professor came to, he looked at his student and said, why'd you do that? He said, God was busy protecting my buddies, still fighting for your freedom, so he sent me. There you go.
That is nice. I like that.
Sorry, I had heard that before as a Marine.
Well,
so. Anyway, good. It's good. And it's good no matter who did it.
Best uniforms and hand-me-down equipment.
Yeah. That's because we don't need no stinking new equipment. We can kill you with what we got. I know 101 ways to kill you with a toothpick.
I'm glad you're in Iowa.
I wouldn't kill you, Patriot. Jeez, you're one of us.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. You're a punk rock squirrel, man.
We are the squirrels.
I don't think that's not punk rock. I'm not a big fan of punk rock usually, but I don't think that's punk rock.
No, but we had to do something for the children, to feed the children.
Mm-hmm.
If they're grasshopper children, do we feed them because they haven't been collecting for the winter?
Ooh, that's the ant and the grasshopper, I think.
Oh yeah, you're right. Close enough.
I knew the story you were trying to get to, though.
Thank you. Glad you bailed me out of that one. I was sitting there just flailing, like blindfolded, swinging in the dark. What happened to Army Wife?
She's been on mute the whole time.
I miss her little twangy input.
We do too.
Where are you, Army Wife?
I picture her wearing a hat full of daisies with the tag still hanging off of it, kind of like Minnie Pearl.
Oh, Minnie Pearl was so great.
I miss Hee Haw.
Yes.
And that wasn't a cut down, Army Wife. That's just your voice.
I met Jessica Tandy once.
Did you really?
That was totally random.
Well, no, you said daisies around her hat, and I thought driving Miss Daisy.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You got to follow his free association, it looks like.
Yeah, sorry about that. My wife complains about that all the time.
Okay, if you guys want some punk songs, you can do punk songs. You can do London Calling. That was a good one. There you go.
London Calling. What's the phone number? I don't know. London's calling me something. What do they call them?
Holy cow! Some of these I can't say these because holy cow, the name of these songs. Striped Cowboys. This is bad. I'll get in trouble with my kids.
My first concert I ever went to, I was 13 years old, and it was the Clash's final world tour.
Oh,
and and I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know how cool that was at the time, but there was a punk rock band that opened for them, and I cannot even begin to tell you the song that they were singing. Oh, wow.
That bad, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'll use the letter
F.
F.
Racy.
F your and F your F your Okay. Anyway, I didn't slip.
My goodness.
That sounded good and angry. I liked it.
It was, believe me.
The spirit was there.
And I was 13, and I was going, wow.
You guys are hilarious.
You know what? Goodness. I'm curious because I went to go and look up Ford's father. I typed into Google what was Ford's father's occupation.
Yeah.
I put in CIA and everything, and Google didn't show a thing. But
really?
I can't help but suspect Google is a part of this whole thing because of the fact that when you were looking up during the election anything negative on Hillary started on the third page.
It wouldn't come up half the time. Come up.
Oh, we know Google's involved. We come on. The video after Hillary lost, that all came out. I mean, we all kind of knew that before, but after that video, after she lost, came out. Oh my gosh, yeah, Google's in it.
So I'm thinking, how in the heck, if we're being censored in our searches, can we find the truth anymore if that's going down?
It's hard. It really is. It takes a lot of digging. And DuckDuckGo is really good for at least getting a decent, honest search result.
That's what a friend of mine told me recently, that Rush Limbaugh used that and was pushing that.
A DuckDuckGo?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
my
so
friend Brain.
was Glenn Beck, believe it or not.
So is my friend Brain, believe it or not. Somebody's typing.
No, that's they're eating nuts. They're
duck, 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 goose.
Yeah, duck, duck. What's it he calls?
Duck, duck, go.
Duck, duck, go. Okay.
Long duck dong.
Oh my goodness, that was a good movie. That was a good movie. I loved 16 Candles.
16 candles.
What was that? There was a line that Duck Duck Dong had that was so funny. I can't remember it though.
Are you?
Sexy girlfriend, where are you?
You really?
Sexy American girlfriend. That's what it was.
Go.
Is that the one?
That's one of them.
You won big. Forget. Was that the one? Was that the one?
I can't remember. I've got the DVD. I have to pull it out.
I'm sorry, but I keep thinking of the little Japanese guy that showed up on the submarine on Gilligan's Island, and he goes to Ginger, "Are you really frog my grosses?"
That kind of sounds like my ex-husband, but we won't go there.
Oh, sorry. So he was Japanese?
See, like in a normal sort of news show or something, then we probably would try to stay away from personal anecdotes. For us, though, it's a whole different story. It's all about the personal anecdotes.
Well, no, this ain't personal. We're talking about...
I married Mr. Sulu. Are you kidding me? I have the wedding pictures to prove it.
Oh, Mr. Sulu. Wow.
Yeah, my ex looks like Mr. Sulu.
Oh.
He's got the best laugh.
Yeah, well, Mr. Happy doesn't.
So what do you guys think? Is he going to vote tomorrow? Are they going to vote tomorrow?
I hope so. I hope so, but I'm afraid. I am afraid that the Democrats will do something just totally stupid and it'll get delayed.
They will.
I don't know what. I don't know what.
I'm worried about that guy.
Well, he has that last name for a reason. So, let's see.
Well, here's something on the Fox News thing. Let's look at this real quick. Republicans stand by Kavanaugh as detail on Avenatti's new client emerge. This is that Stormy Daniels lawyer guy.
Oh, he's such an idiot.
I guess the girl that he's representing, her ex-boyfriend had to get a restraining order against her and said, "I wouldn't believe the things she says."
Yeah, yep. And she's got a criminal record.
I honestly, you know what? I don't know if we'll ever be able to have another Supreme Court justice the way this is going. What was that one thing? Was it Benjamin Franklin that said that the way that this country is supposed to run is with people with integrity and honesty, and when that goes away, and
yes.
I just don't see them doing it.
But Patriot, here's the thing. It's all coming out. It's all coming out. We're figuring it out. It's getting taken care of. It will happen. It will happen because
I'm worried about the sheep. I'm a sheep too, I feel like I'm more of a sheep dog. I just feel like I'm listening to all these people that are just parroting mindlessly, no arguments whatsoever, just running on pure emotion, not weighing the facts.
They'll be assimilated.
All this time they were trying to assimilate us, and then they come to find out that it's going to work the other way.
Be assimilated.
You will be assimilated, and you will like it.
Oh, no, resistance is futile. You will be assimilated.
I had a friend over about a week ago, and we were making fun of her German accent, and we were saying, "Say butterfly." She says butterfly, and I said, "Okay, how about in Spanish?" She says Margarita, and I said, "Okay, in German." She goes Schmetterling.
Schweinhund.
Yeah. That's
I think I just swore in German.
You
so
did.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to our German listeners.
How many
I don't
we
know
have
what I said.
7 listeners.
So one of them's probably German. one from each continent. Okay.
Sarah
Colleen
Sanders.
says a lot of sheep. Thanks, Colleen. I agree. It's sad though.
What were you saying?
Colleen Allen commented, agreed, a lot of sheep.
Yeah. Oh, I thought Brain said something.
Well, yeah, this is a story from True Pundit. Sarah Sanders, was it Huckabee Sanders or Sanders Huckabee? Huckabee Sanders. I don't know.
I think it's Huckabee Sanders because, yeah.
So I don't know when this happened, but looks like they were talking about boring cooker here.
I think this is good. I'm glad she did. And on that note, there is a newspaper that is filed a subpoena or a release for Keith Ellison's divorce papers, his divorce record.
She did that on ABC News. She did it on their station.
His ex-wife said that there's nothing wrong. No, it was an amicable split. There was no, but we thought it was nobody else's business but our own, so that's why we had the record sealed. Yeah,
there's something in there. There's something.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Prying eyes want to know. We want to know. We're Americans. FOIA.
Did I just see Gavin Newsom's on the same page as Abraham Lincoln up there?
What?
Did you see that, Brain? You're streaming it right now. If you went up,
I did what? What did you see?
Gavin Newsom somehow is appearing on the same page in a first grade textbook with Abraham Lincoln. You know who Gavin Newsom is?
No.
He's the mayor of San Francisco that's running for the new for the governorship of California, and they're putting him on the same page as Abraham Lincoln.
I'm not sure where you're talking about.
That was one of the articles that I saw streaming. It went by already.
Well, there's a little lag from what you see on YouTube to what you hear. I mean, so I don't know exactly where that was.
Okay.
So did you see down in Texas, speaking of what political people get into our history books and schools, down in Texas, they vote on, there's so much history now, obviously, that they vote on what gets into the history books. So they give them a point system, point value system. And Hillary Clinton didn't get enough votes to be in the history books, even though she was the quote-unquote first female to run as a president for the United States.
She wasn't the first female to run as president. That was
Ferraro.
Yeah, Geraldine Ferraro.
I thought you were going to go with first female.
Hold on, Geraldine Ferraro did not make the cut. She didn't.
President. She was going for vice president. You're right.
Oh, was it? Oh, that.
Well, and I was going to say we didn't get to vote on her and someone else like we did with Hillary. I mean, they might have been a candidate at one point in time, but this one actually got, Hillary actually got nominated by the DNC over Bernie, but anyway. Texas said, no, we don't want her in our books.
I think that was a very wise move, but that's just what I'm saying.
How Dianne Feinstein woke the Republican sleeping giant.
Good. I hope.
Leftist California Senator Dianne Feinstein has done something even President Donald Trump could not do. Awakened the sleeping giant of the Republican electorate to defeat the Democrats in the 2018 midterms.
Well, that was already done once by Trump. Actually, right. Obama Obama did it. I'm going to tell you
Obama did do it.
Yeah. But Feinstein's going to seal their fate. And my understanding is the only reason she is doing this is because she wasn't far left enough that they were going to.
Oh, that's right. They were going to boot her.
Yes, her own party was
Democrats were going to boot her because she wasn't far left enough.
I think she was going right off into the sunset anyway.
Well, this is a good paragraph, though. This one
says, of them do.
This one says, suddenly not only will the Democrats stand no realistic chance of winning the Senate, but it increasingly looks as though they will lose another 5 to 7 seats. And if Dianne Feinstein's trick has incensed enough Republicans to turn out, they could face a 60-seat majority next January.
Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? You know what? If that happens, we have to get together and have a squirrel party. That's it.
Squirrel party.
Yeah, it seems kind of squirrely.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, nothing.
I've been telling friends of mine and family that midterms, when we win, the Democratic Party will be nothing for 30 to 50 years. 30 to 50 years, you will not hear from the Democratic Party again.
Well, you guys want to hear another historic rip on the Democratic Party?
Sure.
Hang on a second. Let's read through the title here. Bring it back to us later. But this is a report from the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. In other words, ICE. ICE's own website, right? ICE arrests 83 criminal aliens and immigration violators in 4-day Wisconsin enforcement surge. This is reported out of Chicago. So during this operation, ERO officers made arrests in the following 14 Wisconsin counties. They're going around the country just kicking some major butt. It's so cool. ICE is like...
It's so nice. It's so nice to see things like this. We've been missing this for, 8 years?
Sounds like a tagline. It's so nice to have eyes.
16 of those arrested were immigration fugitives with no previous criminal convictions. 21 others illegally re-entered the United States after having been previously deported, which is a felony. Depending on an alien's criminality, an alien who re-enters the United States after having been previously deported commits a felony punishable by up to 20 years in federal prison. So...
Outstanding.
Yeah. So,
and like I said, if our president comes through, and I think he will, and voter fraud is dealt with.
Oh, yes.
It'll be unanimous. It'll be unanimous. There'll be such a small percentage voting left that it'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. I'm telling you, it'll be huge.
Well,
huge.
I'm curious as to how much damage the left has done to their image just with the Kavanaugh, hearings. That's got to have done a lot of damage, whether
it was
they
like a Hail Mary
or not.
It was like a Hail Mary.
Yeah,
they had no other choice, really, truthfully.
Well, and that's part of
in the air.
Yeah, but that's part of Trump's strategy against them is that he forces them to hang themselves. He just gives them more rope until they hang themselves, because now moderate Democrats are not going to be able to. I mean, just gradually, more and more, they have to see the Democratic Party for what it is, and so you get that walkaway movement just going in spades.
Did you see on today's show, we had somebody in the chat, some gal who was a Democrat. She was a Democrat. She goes, "Can I be a Democrat and a patriot and like Trump?" Yeah.
Yeah. I say go for it.
I think it's called a centrist.
Mm-hmm.
Fire Session says, really, that is our only big problem, voter fraud. They are killing us with their fraud tricks. And he's right.
Absolutely.
He's right. I'm curious to see if the president is going to, I guess it's too late now, but I would have liked to have seen him go for paper ballots, and then that's it.
Why is it too late?
I think that they have to do it at least, well, maybe it's not. They have to make that announcement at least 30 days before the election. It may be 30 and it may be 60, but I can't remember.
How about October 3rd is the test for the broadcasting system? Huh?
That's right.
30 days before November, what is it, 4th or 8th, the election?
I think November 8th.
I thought it was the 6th.
There you go. Okay, well, thanks for showing up to the Secret Squirrels. We have no idea what the heck we're talking about.
Somewhere at the beginning of November.
Yeah.
Enjoy
but anyway,
it's something humans have to worry about. Us squirrels don't have to deal with it.
That's
all
right,
I know is I get a paper ballot anyway because I get it mailed to me.
But listen, I'm not saying he's going to, but I'm saying if he was going to, he would wait till the last minute. He would
November
absolutely
6th.
wait till the last minute. Okay. Yeah. All right. You're right. Once again, Brain is correct.
I guess that's why he calls himself the Brain.
That's not why. That's not why.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's Brainstorm.
No, because
excuse me. I forgot your last name.
The last has to do with that size.
It's got to do with like epileptic seizures is what that has to do with.
I see.
His head swelled up in that pole incident.
I had nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. And I thought he called himself the Brain. I thought he called himself a Brain because he was pale and gray. But anyway.
You know, Brainstorm.
It's got a texture of jelly, I think is what it is.
Permanent brain swell. 8.5 hat now.
The boys that I grew up with used to have me go. We had one kid that was like 6 inches bigger than everybody else, and he always picked, and he was huge, just big chunky kid, and he always picked fights with everyone. And so the boys in my neighborhood would come up and say, Julie, we've got him pinned down. Will you give him a kiss? And I think I did that in the 4th grade, and it was funny because several years later I met his wife, and he still blushes 60 shades of red whenever he sees me.
Oh.
Good night, Colleen Allen.
It's a good thing that you're not running for Supreme Court.
No, that's right. It would be brought up. I tortured boys in the 4th grade.
That's a double standard, you know.
Yes, because most of us guys would like that.
I'm not really sure what he thought. All I know is that there were about 6 boys holding him down, and he's screaming, no, no, no. And they're like, yeah, get him on the lips. Get him on the lips.
Sounds like that's harassment. That's harassment.
So I did. And the bad thing is my dad was his doctor. And my dad said every time he'd come in, he's always, yes, sir. He'd have his head down, and he was embarrassed. Mm-hmm. I think around our family he never did not have a red face, that poor kid. I'm so sorry. Brian, if you're out there, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to traumatize you so much.
He never kissed a girl again.
Oh, he got a really sweet wife. His wife was just an angel, and then when I saw her, we were on the street, and when I saw her, he turned 6 shades of red, and she elbows him in the ribs, and she says, "Is that the girl that kissed you in the 4th grade?" He's just like, shh, be quiet.
Funny.
Fire Session says he forgives you.
So that's why he's always here.
Yeah,
he's stalking you as a revenge, or else maybe you just won him over. He's just always following you around forevermore.
Like a lost puppy dog.
Give me another one.
Let's see.
Well. I gotta tell you, that's a deep subject.
So what else, guys?
Groan. He groaned at that one.
Wow. No.
I'm still trying to think of Punk Squirrel songs. Jeez.
Oh, goodness.
I can't.
Punk Squirrels or Punk?
I would give you anything from Iggy Pop.
Yeah, but I
will get you.
don't see. I can't think of anything right now.
Real Wild Child would be a good one.
I'm a wild child. I'm a real wild child. That one?
Yeah, that one.
You missed your call.
Yeah, right. I'm a wild squirrel. I'm a real wild squirrel. Anyway, okay.
So who's going to play the tambourine?
I'm glad you're here because you are hilarious, and we do enjoy your comments 99.9% of the time.
And is that Mr. Magoo? Is that his?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Goo Goo.
Oh, here we go. The hearing will happen. Grassley says he will not postpone again.
Ooh, what's it say? What's it say?
Nice.
Yeah. So this actually came out yesterday.
Oh.
But I mean, I'm sure he probably hasn't changed his mind since then anyway.
I hope not.
Hey, Grassley's my fella. He's the guy that's going on there and duking it out with the bad guys. He's in there. Bam, bam, bam. He's been doing that for a long time. You know, he doesn't get enough credit.
So one of my liberal friends from California shared a meme, and it had caricatures of Grassley, Lindsey Graham, and I think Mitch McConnell or somebody. And they're all sitting there with their hands in their ears, and it says, "Let the hearings begin."
Oh,
yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't get into fights anymore with them idiots because I'm sorry, they're not worth it.
It's useless. It is You're
useless.
It's like talking to a brick wall. Just talk to the hand. Yeah.
But I was going to put on there, really, because I'm thinking that's the Democrats about the truth, you know. It's oh my God.
No, I don't think they do that. They go further. They put their head in the dirt.
Yeah.
Or up there. Boop.
Oh, talking about voting, brainstorm.
What?
Hold on. I'm going to go a little bit. I'm going to get a little ADD on you. I'm putting this in broadcasting, but this is what I found on my Twitter yesterday.
Oh, gun clinging Palin, you've got it.
I don't know what this is.
Squirrels.
Oh my gosh.
Excellent. Outstanding.
That's a hairband from the 80s.
Yeah, I know, but see, we were going to do Motley Squirrels earlier, too.
Oh, that's who they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is this?
Yeah, Motley.
I one time had dinner with the drummer from Poison.
Well,
Ricky Rocket.
Did you check your food?
No.
Oh, okay.
We were waiting for Charlie Sheen to show up. He was supposed to show up, and he flaked.
Seriously?
Yeah.
There you go,
That's
guys.
cool.
Look what I found on my Twitter feed. What do you guys think about that?
What? Where?
Look at the YouTube.
It's falling apart.
Thing.
So many holes in the story. It's incredible. Democrats are still running with it.
It's in broadcasting if you want to look at it.
Oh.
Okay, because I can't see it here.
Yeah.
It says, Nuestro voto es nuestra voz este noviembre. Es un Democratic Party. What does that mean? What are you doing?
Well, they're peddling for votes. And it's in Arizona.
Claro que sí.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. En línea aquí, por favor.
I'll translate. It says, we will pay you $100 a vote. No, I'm making that up.
No. Well, I was going to say, I don't see that in there. I know some of those words, but I'm not seeing that one in there.
Charge your phone.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, they're trying to get people to vote.
Charge your phone.
In Arizona. Yeah.
Denver International Airport. New ad campaign pokes fun at conspiracy theories.
They're sitting on top of a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it's like Denver Airport. What?
Take that elevator down to the bottom floor and see what you find. Conspiracy theory.
How many floors down do you think it goes? Is it like 100 floors down? I mean, is it a skyscraper underground?
Yeah, that's where the aliens are kept, right?
That was New Mexico.
No. There's supposedly something under Denver Airport too. There's like supposed to be some sort of a whole system of tunnels and stuff. There's again, I was watching Ancient Aliens when I saw this, but they had some mural that had all the symbolism that indicated what was going on, and people say that you go and you take the elevator down and you'll go down a ways.
Oh, that I saw that episode. That was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
That was
that's
really
a
good
fun episode. I really think it might be something, where it's so fantastic, but the thing is that they might be prepping the human race and America specifically to get accustomed to the idea of aliens.
Yeah.
It's a little tricky.
Hey, my mind is open to anything, truthfully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not afraid of aliens. I have ex-in-laws. That's enough.
I'm more afraid of the left.
I've had
amen to that one. Amen to Antifa. There's an alien race if anyone saw one.
I don't know. I wish those Antifa guys would just go back in the basements and pick up their game controls and get back to business.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? But then you have to deal with them on Halo, and then you have to do things to them.
Leroy Jenkins.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Or they come up and screw up your Minecraft server, and then you have to go find out where they are and do terrible things to them.
So, any word on the good doctor coming back on Monday?
That's the word.
That's it. That is the word. It's going to be
sweet.
I'm still looking through this article, though. Again, if we follow the rules of the Illuminati as outlined above, they typically put out their intentions as a display to the public to gain consent. Again, why do this? This is their religious-like belief. They need the consent, and so even they don't actually come forth and honestly say what they're doing. But yeah, look at that picture. It's actually kind of a neat picture, but I don't want to take it real. I don't want this to really happen. I mean, it's visually. I mean, it's like the colors are cool. I suppose we could ask our friendly neighborhood designer guy, who happens to be here as a secret member of the Secret Squirrels. Is that a good picture? Hey, Patriot.
Yeah, where are we at? Are we on the broadcast area, or what are we looking at?
It's on this YouTube bobber thingy.
Okay, which picture? Because I'm seeing Theresa May takes a swipe.
What?
You have to click the little live thing.
Yeah, refresh your browser there, buddy.
Right.
Okay, reversing. Live it is. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one.
One what?
Denver International Airport. Yeah, I mean, if you break down all the symbolism, I mean, have you guys ever seen the Guernica Picasso painting?
Yeah.
That's filled with symbolism. The candle, which represents I guess it's the flame or the light. Enlightenment is supposed to be that, and anguish and agony and all that abstraction meant to touch you at the core instead of being literal. It's over exaggerated. It gets you in a subconscious way. It's an amazing painting. But all the symbolism, I would have to go and research it again. It's been a while. But look at that. What is that?
I know, right?
Death and destruction in the background.
It's the fires for the trees. Is this supposed to be representing the California fires?
What? Oh yeah, there's the heat ray in the background. Do you see it? No, I'm making that up. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is this the Illuminati's post-apocalyptic plan right here? We blow up everything.
Well, it looks like they got their Dark Lord being resurrected from the coffin down there.
Yeah.
That's not. Why would they put this in an airport? This would give children nightmares.
The power of art.
Is that Mario and Luigi?
Well, it looks like there's a little kid like next to the other one in that coffin. That maybe that was a sacrifice to make the zombie guy come back to life or something.
Oh man, yeah, the one on the right that's lying down. That's scary.
Was that a sacrifice?
Wow.
I don't know. Jaguar thing and a different. I don't know what the symbol.
What's on the left there? Is that a turtle or a fish? What is that?
It looks like a humpback whale.
But below the humpback whale.
Oh yeah, that's a turtle, and then you got a bison on the right.
Right.
And they got all these animals that are in boxes. There's some kind of clear, like plexiglass or something.
Right.
Like they're part of a museum, maybe, looking at the life that used to be on the planet.
Wow. That's a good question.
And they got the farm roast.
The boxes are railings. They're not part of the painting. That's like a railing.
No. There's boxes in the painting. There's like a plexiglass.
They're like glass. That penguin or that ankh is in like a glass box on the left.
Okay, I can't see hardly nothing on my.
The lady in the left in the red is holding a glass case. Like it's an extinct animal that she's collecting or something.
And then there's a little kid with a purple hat that's got some kind of bird. There's another bird that's in the air that's got the glass panels around it.
I think I can read what's on its hat. It says "Birdie, birdie in the sky." Nothing. Forget it.
I was with you, Patriot. I was with you. Let some white stuff in my eye.
Yep.
Here, I'll drop the pic in broadcasting so you guys can look at it a little closer rather than on YouTube.
Thanks, because my little tablet is just, not good for this kind of thing.
It's not much
of a plan. What's the plan for October 13th?
That's a good question.
Because I guess we'll find out when we ask on Monday. I hope I can get in there.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so the bison is just ahead.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Denver International Airport's new ad campaign focus. Oh, with the alien there.
Wow. Okay, now I'm tripping out.
Sorry.
I wonder what people think of our. I wonder what people think of our. I don't know, that human squirrel. What does it mean, man? What does it mean?
Well,
we're in trouble.
There's a man squirrel over there.
It's a hybrid. It's a squirrel-human hybrid.
Yes, we use the tail for balance, and we can put our nuts in our mouth. And I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness!
That did not come out right at all.
No, it didn't. But we still love you.
I'm going to stop right there. Okay.
What about this next painting here? Let's look at this one. This is kind of cool too. It's got this Nazi-looking guy in a gas mask with a scimitars.
Oh, I saw that one too.
And the rainbow, of course. It's got the LGBT rainbow there. I don't know what that's supposed to be a part of this. The weeping and wailing mother with child, and they're like the dead kid.
Okay, where is this at?
Oh, it's in the article that I was looking at. Denver International Airport's new ad campaign. And at the very tip of the sword.
That's it. Hold on. That's in the Denver International Airport.
Yes.
Are you sure that that's not making fun and that was all fabricated? Or is that real, or is it a fabrication?
Wait a minute. You can't have real things fabricated?
It looks like it's real. I just posted the second picture there, and there's a lady standing in front of it that looks like she's been on vacation.
Okay, so you got this. All right, I get it now. I was thinking maybe that some artist was doing that and mocking it up to make it look like it was really at the Denver airport, but it was a fake.
Yeah, no.
I've heard that before, though. I mean, this is...
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a warmonger killing the dove, which represents peace.
Yeah.
You got a wailing woman with her deceased child and some sort of, it looks like something that you would have seen in World War II, which was a refugee exodus.
Yeah. Or the Jews being.
Okay, I'm going to put this image in broadcasting so you guys can see what is up there. But that's look at that. That's a statue they have at the airport. They have this blue horse.
Yeah.
It's a blue horse statue, and this is the ad that they made out of it because there's rumors about this blue horse being some kind of demon. And so they put a picture of like lasers coming out of his eyes.
Hey, it looks
what are they thinking? What are they thinking? What is wrong with the people in Denver? Oh boy, I'm so glad I moved out of that freaking nutty town.
I have an idea. Maybe it might have something to do with pot.
The legalization thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they were crazy long before the pot. That just kind of sealed their fate.
Exacerbated, huh?
Yeah, it did.
He looks like
lack of oxygen.
He's definitely a pale horse.
Yeah,
Definitely a pale horse with lasers.
Under construction or underground tunnels.
Laser beams.
I can still hear what's his name from Austin Powers saying he has a freaking laser.
I have a freaking laser.
Yeah, they put the laser on the dolphins or something. That's a weird
Sharks. I want sharks with freaking laser beams.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
I try not to watch that show. I lose a little bit more of my brain matter every time I do. What are they thinking with these? These aren't things that you just... What is wrong with people?
I was just looking at that Twitter feed in Spanish, and I appreciate trying to be sensitive to different cultures in the country, etc. But I was driving up north, and I was driving into a canyon, and there's this sign there that warns about going into the river, and it gives you it's a list of people that have died since 1967, and it gives you the number, and the number's gone up substantially in the last 20 years. But then they ruled, I mean, there was some law that was passed that said now that there has to be a Spanish version of the sign right next to it, and working in graphics, that's got to be a $15,000 to $20,000 sign. And I'm thinking, what's to stop the Vietnamese Americans from complaining, or the Russian Americans? And then the next thing you know, you've got a sign for every nationality over there.
Right.
I'm telling you, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yep, that's why the left is so darn squeaky.
We need to get some oil.
We're supposed to be the squeaky ones. Wait a minute.
Squeaky clean.
Squeaky
Brain,
squirrels.
what do you think about this one? This one's just hilarious. I'm going to throw this in broadcasting. I'm not going to say anything until you get a chance.
Oh.
Huh?
Okay. Let me look. Okay.
Cher?
Yeah, right?
I thought she moved out of the country.
Well, we could hope.
She hasn't changed a bit.
Yeah, thank you, plastic surgery. And doctor, what's your name?
Oh, if she had laser beams coming out of her eyes, she'd look like the horse right above her.
Right?
Why the long face?
Oh, boy.
Hey.
Hey.
So...
Don't oh boy me.
Fire
Sessions said, thank you, Fire Sessions, because you're probably right. He says, the pop probably helped a bit with that crazy crap, calms them down and makes them a bit lethargic, less dangerous that way. Yeah, you're right. And that's true. That's kind of what's happened to Colorado. Sorry. Sorry for those in Colorado.
Had you guys heard about a record number of American citizens trying to emigrate to Canada?
Well, I thought they were supposed to do that, and I thought there was people there. I thought Cher was supposed to be another one of them, and so was that Barbara Streisand.
My wife had a run-in with Barbra Streisand.
Well, here's another ICE report. Came out,
okay.
It looks like yesterday, no, a couple of days ago. This is Tuesday, it looks like. ICE removes Pakistani man convicted, ordered to pay $71 million in laundering scheme. So they busted somebody that's doing money laundering, apparently.
Money laundering. Oh, that's just nice.
That's $70 million. Like $71 million is restitution for all the money he's laundered. So in an interview with FBI agents, Kasmani admitted that from November 2008 up to and including December 31st, 2012, that he agreed to provide money laundering services to co-conspirators in exchange for a percentage of the money he transferred. Kasmani provided these services with the knowledge, understanding, and or belief that his collaborators had obtained the money from victims of an international telecommunications fraud scheme.
Oh, that's the guys that call you and say they're the IRS, and if you don't go get a gift card at Walmart,
well,
the IRS is going to come and arrest you immediately.
And put you in the FEMA camp underneath the Walmart.
Right.
I think we should all try to go to our local Walmarts and keep asking the management to show us the basement.
Because we're the secret squirrels, and that's what we do.
I like the manager of my local Walmart. I don't want him kicking me out.
Hey, when it comes time when we're all rich and famous and everything, and we're like, we need to provide merchandise to all of our wonderful audience members, we're going to have secret squirrel badges for our private detective squirrels.
We don't need no stinking badges.
Let's see.
I escaped from the basement of Walmart.
Yeah, we know, but we love you anyway.
I was a deplorable, but now I'm. What is Biden calling me now?
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. Shoot. Oh.
Drag. I'm a drag.
At the Drag Society.
Yep.
I resemble that remark.
See, and I was always a keg.
Oh my gosh. So what else have you got there, Brain?
I'm just scrolling through the little news thingy here. I'm not finding a whole lot of interest.
Well, it is 9:26 Central Time, which means I'm going to get ready for bed.
Oh, I didn't realize it was so late. Sorry for keeping everybody.
No, that's fine. I would have left earlier if I...
Time flies when you're having fun. Hey, how did it go with your trainee? Did you have fun? Was it great?
He was a good guy, and everything went pretty well. I hope to God my company doesn't screw him over, so that's where we're at with that. But he was a good guy.
That's good.
Yeah. So.
Did you guys take that rig off of any cool jumps?
You keep bringing this up, and it's only on 007 movies. Only on 007 movies.
Disappointing.
Patriot, I'll give you my son's phone number, and he can send you pictures.
They don't even jump rigs on Smokey and the Bandit, you know?
You race them, though, right?
They should have.
My son's got pictures taken to Amazon. We'll send you pictures.
It would have been cool if they did a Smokey and the Bandit where they have the rig going towards that bridge where it was out, and then they substituted like a Hot Wheel and threw it over.
Well, this is a great...
And then they have him nail the landing, and he's all like, oh.
This is a great image. Look at this image. Pope Francis in the storm clouds and stuff. He's all being all grumpy and stuff. What is that building in the background? Is that the Vatican?
Vatican, it looks like.
Oh, you're going to suck me into another story, aren't you? Oh,
no, it's just a cool image. I think, this is a...
I think it's interesting that the Vatican ceded moral authority to the Chinese government. Who does that?
About?
Yeah. Basically, the Chinese government has the right to pick, cardinals? Or...
I forget which. Bishops.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, they're in charge of the Catholic Church now.
Well, that's a little bit of a reach to put it that far, but they can decide within their own country who's going to be
what's going on.
The spiritual.
They can put government officials literally in as
religious leaders.
Party members.
Religious leaders. Yep.
Yeah.
And yes, that image kind of gives me the Damien Omen kind of feel to it.
Soup.
Oh, wow.
What?
A friend of mine who was a priest, speaking of Damien, I remember when I was in high school, I asked him, is The Exorcist real? And he says, I don't want to tell you what to believe, but I've heard the tapes from the actual exorcism.
Okay.
It's almost Halloween, right?
Here's, Patriot, ask your friend who's a priest, ask him what he thinks of the Catholic Church doing that.
Oh, he's not happy. And there's a lot of people that are upset because there are so many priests out there that are good men, but it's a small percentage. And it's just like anything, you can't go and prejudice the entire group because of the actions of a few. And I've heard it said that the church itself is good because the belief is that the Catholic Church was created, based on the teachings of Christ, but that it's the people that are imperfect that are trying to run it. And it's like blaming the gun for the crime.
Yeah. Well, you've got a lot of people that have their own agendas.
Yeah.
And nobody to keep them in check.
That's true. It's,
and that's the problem.
Here's a Zero Hedge article.
There have been some real questionable things, that's for sure.
The Zero Hedge article looks pretty good. The Battle for Our Minds.
Oh.
I don't mind if you
the
don't
corporate
mind.
media. Oh, look at that. That's a cool image. I'm going to have to view image. Snark Bile Hysteria Facts.
That's a great one.
Yeah, the facts got disconnected.
I think the one thing that might cause me to lose my mind would be snark. I hate snark.
Yeah. Hysteria. Hysteria I can do without too.
Tonight was on CNN. They were interviewing this panel of people and asking them what they thought of the hearing today. And this one woman that represented the Tea Party Patriots was sitting there, and she was trying to get out her point of view. And there was an over-make-upped, over-done-up lady to her left that had this look on her face that like she smelled something and that she just had all the answers, and she thought what this woman was saying was ridiculous. And I was looking at her going, oh, gosh, this woman just looking at her is annoying me. I think that's the snark that was coming next.
I think that's an excellent meme, and it's sad that George Orwell was right. I really think that more people need to pick up 1984.
I mean, especially considering if you're trying to look up something on Google and Google.
Well, that one, even Behold the Pale Horse talks about some of that,
That's Nazi Germany did that. It was illegal to listen to anything but national broadcasts.
Right.
Evidently.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go
evidently,
ahead. Nope.
Christine Blasey Ford received more than $190,000 in donations during her testimony.
Oh my God!
Really? That's interesting.
Is that from private individuals?
Donors are still contributing to her GoFundMe page.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna put that link.
Thanks.
I'm gonna put that link in news topics.
Ooh, Eric Holder's 3 examples of pernicious racism don't hold up. Larry Elder is a master of destroying those was his arguments.
David Hogg wants to speak to Trump. Okay. So I think on that note, I don't know. I think it's time for us to head out.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. Kiddos and cadets, it's been fun.
It's been great, guys.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yep, me too.
So am I.
Look at that. Just do it. That ad's killing me.
So
all this swirling around.
I appreciate everybody stopping by and keeping us company. And, if you can, share it with your friends or possibly your enemies. I don't know. But we're trying to increase our viewership because we don't get enough. Of course, everybody's trying to do that, I guess. But, we have fun trying to tell a little truth along the way. So it's a worthy broadcast, isn't it? So I don't know. This is what they call a shill, I think. Shilling. Or, I don't know. I forget. The whole. I'm definitely going to get called a boomer for this because I'm not hip to the lingo of the current.
I don't know either.
Speak.
Yeah, there's jargon, man. Every generation we have our jargon. So anyway, this was Secret Squirrels in association with Jerome Corsi and CorsiNation.com. # hide your nuts. So we're all saying goodbye now. So bye.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.